Welcome back. You are listening to Local Biz Now. This is a section of our program we call Coach's Corner, and there is no person better to lead this than my buddy Wayne Bidelman, business and marketing strategist and coach to many successful business owners. Take it away, Wayne.
Well, thank you, Joe. The question today, my business has had pretty good success in the past. However, now things have kind of slowed down and are just sort of stagnating. What should I do? Unfortunately, this is becoming, a pretty rampant problem that I run into with business owners, is they've had success and suddenly things just aren't growing. They're just kind of sitting there and they're not sure what to do differently. And I think what I'd start by saying is, well, be prepared, because you're going to have to change something. And sometimes, as you know, Joe, what happens is that people grow and they kind of outgrow the business model within which they work. In other words, in order to get to that next level, they may need to reorganize. They may need to hire different types of people. They may need a different environment. They may need an entirely different business model. And on the one hand, it's a good problem to have because they've outgrown, they've had some success and they've outgrown their current environment. But that just means they've got to do something different. And in that case, and it's not just a plug for me or you or anybody else, they really need to get some outside help to come in and take a look at what it is they need to do to scale their business and get to that next level. Now, I'd also suggest, and something else that I do with my clients, is I do a complete marketing assessment. Like it or not, we're having, I think, a second wave of business difficulties from the bad economy. And I think things are a lot tighter. They're much more competitive. And marketing is changing. Actually, we referred to it earlier in the show where we said, well, people don't read anymore. Well, it's because they're bombarded with so much information. Trying to get people's attention through marketing in this day and age is extremely difficult. You have to get into some of the other things we talked about, is who exactly is your target client, what's their hot buttons, and how do you get them to listen to you. So we do a complete market assessment that not only gets at what we talked about, dogs, do they still want the dog food, but how are they going about the marketing, and are they getting as much business as they possibly can within their current infrastructure. And the only other thing I'd put out there is it probably is decision time for the business owner, because they're probably going to have to make some changes. And do they really want to do what's necessary to get to the next level? In other words, some people are just happy as clams, just to make a decent amount of money, and they don't want the headaches of being bigger. And so they're going to have to make some tough decisions. Do they want to make the changes? Do they want to change their role, which is probably what's going to be required if they become a bigger business and they decide to scale it up? So those are my quick thoughts. Mr. Joe, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, let me remind people, Wayne is the expert and professional when it comes to coaching. Wayne loves to say that he teaches and I preach, and I agree with that statement, although I think he was trying to make fun of me. I'll take that.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, I know.
You're a preacher, my friend.
yeah, I know. So what I'm going to give you...
But people like that.
Right.
Tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do.
Right. I'm going to give you what my experience has taught me, so you can take this advice for whatever it's worth. First of all, let me just say this. I made some notes as Wayne was talking. Here's the first thing you need to do. Time for a vacation. Get away from the business. Refresh your mind, because now I'm getting ready to give you a list of things you've got to do. So go take 3 days. Go take a week, because clearly you're successful to this point, and now you want to decide whether you want to move to the next level. So here's what you need to do after the vacation and take some time. The first thing you have to understand is you're going to have to outdo yourself. That's what's so challenging about this statement is I see it all the time. It happened to me many times. You've done everything you know to do, and you've created this great business, but here it is on number 7 on the scale of 1 to 10. You don't know how to do the last 3 things. Mm-hmm. Hear me. You don't know what the last 3 things are you have to do. And so you really have to learn to outdo yourself, which is really hard to do. The next thing is, you're going to hate this. You have to hire somebody else. You're going to need help. If you haven't done it to this point, you're not going to do it on your own. That is my opinion on this. So be prepared to spend some money hiring and training somebody. It's probably going to be in some area that you're either no good at or you don't like at. The next thing is call your clients. Talk to them. Talk to your customers. Ask them questions. They're going to tell you where the void is. The next thing is you've got to shop the competition. If you think you're on target, you're doing everything right, I promise you, all you got to do is visit a competition, and I guarantee there's something they're doing that you should be doing, or you can do better. And the last thing is, Wayne, you're correct. Exactly. You are dead on. Because once you're finished doing these things and you had your vacation, you got to ask yourself the question, do you want to do it? Do you really want to do whatever is required to get you to that next step, to level 10 out of 7? A lot of my clients don't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why they need to pick up the phone and call me. I'll sell their business. There is no sense in continuing running a business on a flat level. The trends are up and you're flat. It's time to either get with it and do some of this stuff, or go ahead and list the business before it starts to decline. So in my view, that's kind of where you are, and you really did hit on it.
Exactly.
You're right on it, buddy. Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, so that was today's Coach's Corner question about, hey, your business is starting to stagnate. What should I do?